مرتبہ اور درود بھیجیے گا. اللہم صلی علی محمد وعلی محمد وجل وفرجہم. ایک مرتبہ اور درود بھیجیے گا. اللہم صلی علی محمد وعلی محمد وجل. میں کوئل میرا باغ مدینہ صلی اللہ میری میں کوئل میرا باغ مدینہ صلی اللہ میری رحمت عالم کے صدقے میں اڑتی پھروں ہر سو. میں کوئل میرا باغ مدینہ اڑتی پھروں میں شام سویرے گیت نبی کے گاؤں. یاد آئی جب طیبہ نگریا پل پل نیر بہاؤں. آپ کے نغمے سے ہوتا ہے دل میرا مسرور. میں کوئل میرا باغ مدینہ اڑتی پھروں ہر گھوم. کوئی نہیں سنسار میں میرا تمہارے بنا میرا آقا. میں ہوں غریب ابھاگن ہوں میں تم ہو غریب نوازا. دیا کرو یا میرے پہ داتا یہ ہے چکنا چور. میں کوئل میرا باغ مدینہ میں کوئل میرا باغ مدینہ.
Shaykh brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum. So yesterday's Iftari Niyaz was sponsored for the Marhumeen of the Mercy family and Marhumeen of Murali Duji family, and today's Niyaz, Iftari Niyaz was sponsored again by Marhumeen of Murali Duji family and Marhumeen of Govandi family. So for those, especially for those Marhumeen as well as our own, please recite Surah Al-Fatiha once and Surah Ikhlas 3 times. Al-Fatiha. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له أفراد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له أفراد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له أفراد. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد. Just one announcement. Next Majlis program with City Iftari and Maghribain will be tomorrow at 7:55 p.m. So to please join us, and there may be some changes, so please read the messages that come out in the next couple of days with regards to the programs for Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Next, if I could please invite Shaykh Ali Hadi for tonight's Majlis. Please welcome him with a loud salawat. Allahumma.
الصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا ونبينا وحبيبنا وحبيب إله العالمين أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد
وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المنتجبين لا سيما بقية الله في الأرضين حجة ابن الحسن روحي وأرواحنا لتراب مقدمه الفداء الذي بيمنه رزق الورى وبوجوده ثبتت الأرض والسماء. इमाम ज़मान के ज़हूर के लिए बुलंदतर सलावत. अल्लाह का महीना अपने इख्तिताम पे पहुँच रहा है और हम अय्यामुल्लाह की तरफ हम हरकत कर रहे हैं. ईद औलियाए खुदा के लिए है. जो भी सबसे ज़्यादा इंसान जो खुदा के कुर्ब हासिल करते हैं वो ईद मनाते हैं. अगर इंसान देखे तो इस दुनिया में जो चीज़ें इंसान के लिए बायस सुकून बनती हैं वो अगर इंसान उसके ऊपर तवज्जो करे तो कौन कौन सी ऐसी चीज़ें हैं जो इंसान के लिए बायस सुकून बनती हैं इस दुनिया में. If we have a look at what are the things that bring about tranquility and peace within inside of our lives, every single human being in this world, the haqq of the human is that he lives a tranquil and peaceful life. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala didn't create a human being to be living within inside of difficulty. Rather, every single human being, the haqq is that they live within inside of a happy life, a life where they have sukoon. If we have a look at the top artists, for example, let's have a look at Picasso. If he has to draw on a canvas, if he is on a boat that is sailing through the storms, he's not going to be able to draw a picture properly. Even if he's the best artist of all time, even if he has the most art skills, for example, but if he's in the most difficult surroundings and the most difficult and dangerous areas, he won't be able to draw his picture properly. So therefore, it is the haqq and the right of every single mu'min in this world for him to do ibadat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for him to get closer to Allah. He must live within inside of a tranquil and peaceful time. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ajjal farajahum. So everybody must be living within inside of a peaceful and tranquil life. Dear brothers and sisters, I wanted to mention one thing. If we have a look at our life, within inside of the holy month of Ramadan, certain things have changed. Certain things have changed within inside of the holy month. We see that because we have a connection with the Quran, we have a connection with the munajat, we have a connection with our namaz on time. अगर देखा जाए माह मुबारक रमज़ान में हम कुरान के साथ हमने उन्स ले लिया है अपनी ज़िंदगी में. मानूस हो गए खुदावंद मुताल की बारगाह में इस्तिग़फ़ार करना, तौबा करना, मुनाजात पढ़ना। ये सब जब इंसान अपनी ज़िंदगी में लेकर आता है तो नज़र आता है कि दिल के अंदर सुकून का इजाफा होता है अपनी ज़िंदगी में। Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He instills within inside of every single human being within Ramadan this sukoon, this tranquility. After you fast, after you open your roza, before you open your fast, you have a sense of tranquility within inside of you. Every single mu'min, every single Muslim within inside of this Ramadan, they face this peace and tranquility. How can we keep this tranquility and peace outside of the holy month of Ramadan? Is what I want to speak about today. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. But before I speak about this peace and this happy feeling I have about the holy month of Ramadan, about my deen, about my religion, because I'm connected with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and how can I keep this outside of the holy month? I must know that there's a difference between materialistic peace, materialistic tranquility, and a tranquility that's related with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I'll give you an example here. You go on a holiday, Turkey, Greece, Maldives, Thailand, wherever you like to go. 1 week, people spend a lot of money to go on holidays. The holiday, the enjoyment lasts for 1 week. You come home and then you face your problems again. You come home and you face all of the difficulties of your dunya again. Your daily schedule, your work, your job, your occupation, whatever it is, your children, sending them to school, bringing them back home, making sure they are safe, making sure you are feeding them, making sure you are clothing them. All of these issues come on your back again after you come back from your holiday. This materialistic tranquility that the dunya offers, it is short-lived, it's temporary. It's not something that's going to last you very long. And I'll give another example over here. You are hungry for the whole day inside of inside your roza. When you're fasting for 12 hours, 11 hours, you're hungry, you're thirsty. But you realize after eating this one date and drinking a little bit of water, that entire day's worth of urge, the entire day's worth of feeling like I'm so hungry and thirsty finishes within this short time of iftar. This example over here is the example of the temporariness of this dunya. If you want to look at how temporary this world is, then look at your iftar. It is as temporary as the feeling of opening your fast. That's the feeling of this dunya. So similar to this, materialistic tranquility, holidays, enjoyments, going to a spa, whatever it is, these are all, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala states in the Quran, Mata hadhihi dhalika mata'ud dunya. That this is the luggage of the world. All of this is the luggage of the dunya. It's going to finish one day. Wallahu indahu husnul ma'ab. The peace and harmony that you are chasing for whilst paying thousands of pounds to go to a holiday, that is eternal within inside of the holy month of Ramadan. 2 weeks you can find materialistic tranquility on a holiday, but you can find 30 days worth of peace and tranquility for free within inside of the holy month of Ramadan. But the understanding of this, dear brothers and sisters, is this, is the peace and tranquility that we are looking for. What are we looking for within inside of life? When we like to go outside and enjoy ourselves, we are fulfilling and satisfying our nafs. But when we find this peace and tranquility within inside of the holy month of Ramadan, it tells us that the truth of the matter is in the Quran, Allah states, Ala bi dhikrillahi tatma'innal qulub, that the true satisfaction that you are after is with the dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's not with the materialistic tranquility. It's not with the tranquility that you pay so many pounds for. Rather, the dhikr of Allah, which includes many things. If you have a look, you go into the haram of any of the ma'asumin alayhi salam, haram of Mawla Amirul Mu'mineen, haram of Sayyid al-Shuhada alayhi salam. When you walk inside, you are somebody else. When you leave the haram, you are somebody else. Because the actual tranquility, actual sukoon belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It does not belong to the enjoyments and the environments of this dunya. So logic states that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is willing to offer you this happiness and tranquility so as long as you do a couple of things within inside of your life, which will be what I'll be speaking about in the coming days inshallah. How can I keep happiness of Ramadan, tranquility and sukoon of the holy month of Ramadan outside of the holy month. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allah states in the Quran that if you want to keep the peace of the holy month of Ramadan outside of the month, He states, "La in shakartum la azidannakum." That if you do the shukr, if you thank me, I will increase the ni'mat for you. La in shakartum la azidannakum. If you thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I will increase the ni'mat of you. He will take you out of the difficult situations. If you thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He will cover you when you're in your trouble. If you thank Him about His ni'mat that He's provided to you, about the blessings that He's provided to you, He will take care of you when you are left alone. Not every single time when I'm outside, I'm in trouble, I'm in difficulty, somebody's going to be there assisting me. There's always going to be Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at the end that's going to be there for me. At any time, when nobody's there for me, when I'm alone, when I have no friend to come and assist me, the only person left then is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But the condition is, La in shakartum la azidannakum. If you do the shukr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But the thing is, how can we do the shukr of Allah if we do not know the value of the ni'mat He's provided to me? I look at the smallest little ni'mat that are surrounding me, the blessings that I have already. The blessing of having a parents, for example. The blessings of having a roof over my head. The blessings of having a job, the blessings of having an income, the blessings of having a car, for example. The blessings of living in an environment that's peaceful and that's protected. Nobody's going to come and disturb me inside of this environment. Allah has provided this to you, لَعَلَّكُمْ يَشْكُرُونَ, in the hopes that you do shukr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If I do not do shukr of the ni'mat, then how is Allah going to give me more ni'mat? And I'll give you an example over here. If you eat food once, and this food does not digest properly, how can you expect to have another meal afterwards? You cannot expect to have another meal afterwards because your stomach is already in danger, it's in harm at the moment. You have not digested the food, you have an indigestion, so you cannot eat food again. You have to have medicine to relieve yourself of the indigestion. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala states, I'll give you one ni'mat, you have to digest this by doing the shukr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then I can give you another ni'mat. But if I give you multiple ni'mat, if I give you ni'mat upon ni'mat, and you're not digesting this, then how can I expect to give you another ni'mat? If it's bad for you, it's not going to be good for you. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He looks at your capacity, He looks at your volume, at how much shukr do you do to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We sometimes forget about the fact, how many times do we breathe in a day? How many times does our heart beat during the day? I went to Ayatollah Sistani, hafadhahullah, and we were 4 Hawza students who went to Ayatollah Sistani, and we said, Agha, we would like to do a nasihat. हमने आगा से पूछा कि आप नसीहत करें हमारे लिए. हम सब हौज़ा इल्मिया की तरफ से आए हैं और हमारी जो हौज़वी ज़िंदगी है उसके लिए आप नसीहत करें. हमने आगा सिस्तानी से ये सवाल पूछा था. Ayatollah Sistani, he gave a very interesting reply. He didn't say you need to open your books, you need to study for this many hours. He didn't say you need to recite this many namaz. Rather, he said one thing. He said, you Hawza students who are studying with inside of Qum, every single day when you wake up, look inside the mirror and look at how many ni'mat did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give to you. The ni'mat of basar, the ni'mat of seeing, the ni'mat of being able to smell, the ni'mat of being able to taste, the ni'mat of being able to hear. Do the shukr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the smallest things. But if I do not know the value of these things, then how can I do the shukr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? The very big problem is, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. For which one of the blessings that I have given to you do you reject me? Why do you reject me? When I have given you so many ni'mat inside of your life. If you would like to continue this tranquility and the peace of the holy month of Ramadan, we have to do the shukr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Which is why we state in dua iftitah. हम दुआएं पढ़ते हैं, मुनाजात पढ़ते हैं, इसके बगैर कि हम देखें इसकी मानी क्या है, तर्जुमा क्या है इसका. मौला क्या फरमा रहे हैं दुआ इफ्तिताह में? Ya Rabbi innaka tad'uni. Oh Allah, you gave me the da'wah to the holy month of Ramadan. فَأُوَلِّ عَنْكَ, but I turn my back on your da'wat. Ya Rabbi innaka tad'uni, you invited me to this sufra, you invited me to this banquet. فَأُوَلِّ عَنْكَ, I turn my back against you. I did not accept your da'wat. I was busy in my own dunya, I was busy in my own luxuries. I did not care about your da'wat. كَأَنَّ لِي أَتَّطَوَّلَ عَلَيْكَ. Imam is stating this within inside of this dua, not me. Imam is stating this. كَأَنَّ لِي أَتَّطَوَّلَ عَلَيْكَ. You know what that means? It means, oh Allah, I have transgressed so much, I am so much away from you. I turn my back away from you like as if I have more power over you. Sometimes we feel like we have more qudrat than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because we are so lost within inside of our arrogance, inside of our takabbur, inside of our dunya and our luxury, we think we have more power than Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala states, Ya ayyuhan nas, antumul fuqara'u ila Allah. The smallest little bit of accident I can take your life away from. And I'll give a short example before I end my talk over here. There was this one lady that I used to know in the USA. The reason of her death was so simple but so sad. She was having food, and while she was eating, the food got lodged into the wrong pipe, and she stopped breathing, and she died. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala states that Ya ayyuhan nas, antumul fuqara'u ila Allah. You are in poverty towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala every corner you take. Inshallah, we'll speak more about this in the coming days, inshallah. Alhamdulillah, wa akhir da'wana, an alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. At the end, I would like to do a short tawassul to Aba Abdullah al-Husayn alayhi salam. Ya Aba Abdullah, Ya Husayn ibn Ali, Ya Madlum, Ya Gharib, Ya Husayn ibn Ali, Ya ibn Rasulillah, Ya Hujjat Allah ala khalqih, Ya Sayyidana wa Mawlana, inna tawajjahna wa istashfa'na وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا يا وجيها عند الله اشفع لنا. سبمٹ کر کہیں یا وجیها عند الله اشفع لنا عند الله وصلی اللہ علی محمد وآلہ الطاہرین. پروردگارہ بحق محمد وآل محمد شب جمعہ ہے، ہمارے مرحومین کو مغفرت عطا فرما، ہمارے والدین کو مغفرت عطا فرما، ہمارے تمام جتنے بھی اعمال تھے لیالی قدر میں اس کو اپنی بارگاہ میں قبول و منظور فرما. ربنا تقبل منا انک انت السمیع العلیم. صلوات. چلیں شب جمعرات ہے، بہرحال شب جمعرات بھی ایک دن بھی ہے، عبادت کا دن بھی ہے ماہ مبارک رمضان میں. بہرحال سب مل کر صلوات پڑھ لیجیے محمد وعلی
السلام علیک یا رسول اللہ، السلام علیک یا امیر المؤمنین، السلام علیک یا فاطمۃ الزہرا سیدۃ النساء العالمین، السلام علیک یا خدیجۃ الکبریٰ، السلام علیک یا حسن المجتبی، السلام علیک یا ابا عبداللہ الحسین وعلی تسعۃ المعصومین من ذریتک علی ابن الحسین و محمد ابن علی و جعفر ابن محمد و موسیٰ ابن جعفر و علی ابن موسیٰ و محمد ابن علی و علی ابن محمد والحسن ابن علی والحجت ابن الحسن. الامان 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 من فتنة الزمان عجل اللہ تعالی فرجک وسهل اللہ تعالی مخرجک وظہورک ورحمت اللہ وبرکاتہ. بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم. اللہم قل ولیک الحجۃ ابن الحسن صلواتک علیہ وعلی آبائہ فی ہذہ الساعۃ وفی کل ساعۃ ولیاں وحافظاں وقائداں وناصراں ودلیلاں وعینا حتی تسکنہ ارضک طوعا وتمتعہ فیہا طویلا برحمتک یا ارحم الراحمین. اللہم صلی